Friends, we always thought that perfection is a virtue, isn't it? Right from our childhood, we have been told that be perfect, do things most perfectly, and you will really get what you wanted. Right from our teachers used to tell, write your answers perfectly, see that you perfectly treat a case. But do you think that perfection is always a virtue? Sometimes not. In and this was confirmed by me in one of my doctor patient. This patient happened to be a medical practitioner, and he was suffering from something what we call as eosinophilic fasciitis. Now this is a very rare kind of disorder where the patient experiences severe pain in the joints, and the joint pains are so severe that apart from the joint, even the skin starts getting involved. The skin becomes very tight, it loses the elasticity, and the diagnosis many a times is confirmed by pinching the skin. If you pinch the skin, you are not able to pinch because it loses the elasticity, and because of this the movements become restricted. The movements are not free, severely painful. If you investigate, you will find a high eosinophilic count. ANA levels are high. It is an autoimmune disorder. So he was being treated by a lot of modern medicines and steroids, obviously, but it did not avail much. So after a long stint with the modern medicine, he decided to come for homeopathy. We took his case, and while treating him, I had an opportunity to meet him in his clinic. I went to his clinic and I was really surprised by the way he used to keep his clinic. It was spick and span, perfect. His books used to be kept in perfect order, all of them arranged properly. The table was neat, clean, not even a speck of dust on his table. When he opened the drawer, everything right from the pen was arranged perfectly. If you see the way he used to open the book, this is to be most perfect. He used to turn the page so lightly that not a single fold would come. His case taking was also so apt that he would never miss certain things which obviously a lot of practitioners would miss. So what I was observing was this man was leaving perfection to the core. His relationships, that also he wanted to achieve perfection in that relationship. This was going deeper, and was he was just obsessed with this idea of perfection. I wouldn't tell him to dare to give up perfection because it would have been most disastrous for him, because that was his success mantra, something that he really lived for, something that he really vouched for, something which he would always tell everybody that this is the only way to be successful. But the agony of pain was so much that he couldn't put his own clothings, he couldn't ride his own bike. Sitting and standing had been very painful. Now, with this kind of agony, when you give a remedy and he recovers, you see the kind of joy that he must be having. He had recovered from everything. Most of the pain was gone, but some joints were still restricted. At the same time, when there was a crisis situation, the illness would come back. So at the end of the year, he came to me and asked me, "Sir, why is it that it happens that when I am stressed, I feel the stiffness back again?" I said that I will tell you only after you listen to me for some days. So at this point, when he was 80-90% better and wanted to get his last 20% out, I guess he was ready to do anything what I wanted to tell him. So there was a kind of sparkle on his face to get that in hurry. Tell me, I will follow anything and everything. I had once observed him, how he used to deal with his finances. I asked him straightforward question, who takes care of your finances in the house? He says, I do. I asked him, do you manage everything? He says, yes, everything. And that is the reason that what we are today. I said, then if you have to be all right, then you have to follow one thing which I tell you. He said, okay, you can tell me. I said, give these finances to be managed by your wife. And then the whole glow on his face disappeared. He said, to my wife, she'll mess it up. I said, she won't. You trust her the most after yourself? He says, I do. But for finances, I have never given her anything, and she has never handled this kind of finances. I said, but try doing it. Maybe you, at least if she fails, it is your wife. You can always excuse her. There was a big reluctance on his face. But somehow he agreed because he knew that there was a great relief after the remedy which he received. I told him that you are not going to even count the money at the end of the day. Whatever you get, you have to collect it and give it to your wife. She manages everything. She gives you day-to-day expenses. You are not going to ask her how to manage this, how to do this. She will do it everything for you. And with this we left, we parted, and he came to me for a follow-up after 3 months. I was longing to look at his face. He seemed really happy at that time. I asked him, how are you? He said, I feel much relieved. I said, why do you feel so? He says, I don't know, but something within me has changed. I said, can you describe me this? And he says, the day my wife started managing the finances, my anxiety disappeared. That fear that I will not have something at the end of the day, that completely went off. You know, doctor, I used to always feel that I should go on attending many seminars because I always felt that there is something within me which is not there. I'm lacking a lot of things. And I used to be going around hunting for different teachers, trying to know more and more because I wanted to give more and more results in my practice. Now that has stopped. Somewhere it is not there. I feel now that I have enough. What I have is what I need to explore. And that is what I have come to now. I do not think that I need more, but I have already so much that if I use that thing itself will help me to achieve what I want. I could see that he was returning back to his normalcy. His craze for collecting money was disappearing. And the best part is the relationship improved. Because knowingly or unknowingly, his wife had a renewed trust, something which she really lacked when the husband trusted her for what she was doing for him for so many years. Apart from the illness, the whole thing transformed his life too. No longer after that, now I am seeing him for more than 5 years since the time I have advised him. The stiffness of the joints never came back. The skin is the flexible the way it was. It no longer gets stiff in the stressful situations. The one who used to never smile out of his stress now has started smiling. The doctor who never took vacations because he used to always fear that in case I go for vacations I will lose a lot. Now he can take a vacation. He starts taking vacation by a week. Now he's gone out abroad for a month. This was something very unimaginable happening. So apart from disease, there was a transformation. And this transformation is not only possible by remedies. It is only possible when a physician looks into the patient deeply and yearns to evolve him. And this evolution will not occur only by prescribing a dose. It will occur only when you hold the hand and take him away from the delusion of darkness to the glory of light.